So now we will be going with the orifice meter instrument. Okay. So here it is the same as that of the venturimeter instrument, what we have done. But the only change is that the different kind of instrument we are using, that is the orifice meter, to calculate the flow rate of water which is flowing through the pipe. Okay. So this is a closed pipe. So for a closed pipe we are using orifice meter to measure its flow rate. So we have seen venturimeter. So now we are going with orifice meter, and the procedure remains same. So the orifice meter is made up of two pipes, and in between we are placing a orifice plate through which the fluid is flowing. And that orifice is nothing but called as a kind of hole through which the water is flowing. Its diameter will be less. Okay. So whenever the fluid is flowing through this, there is an obstruction which is given to that, and that obstruction is getting very smaller. Okay, after that obstruction, after this part, the fluid will flow again with the same diameter, in the same diameter of the pipe. So orifice meters are having less coefficient of discharge with respect to the venturi meter. So we are getting the value of coefficient of the so generally the coefficient of discharge value for the orifice meter is around 0.6 to 0.7 nearly. Okay, so in this range only we are getting the coefficient of discharge for orifice meter. Okay, and the same amount of fluid is flowing through the pipe. So the procedure is same as that of this, as what we did in venturimeter. So we will just make it again. We will just show it again to you. So what we are doing is we are starting the motor first. So we are starting, before starting the motor, we are making sure that the one of the valve is open. So as I want for orifice meter, I will open up the valve. Okay, I'll open up the valve over here. Okay, and after opening the valve, it is made sure that the water only flows through the orifice meter pipes. Okay, so after opening the pipe, I'll start the pump. So the water will go on discharging and it is flowing through the orifice meter pipe. That is, this orifice meter pipe is letting the water to flow through. As I said, this is the main tank, this is the measuring tank. Okay, now the same procedure. So what we'll do, we'll open this. So the water, whatever is there, it will be dripping into this pipe and entering into this manometer. So here we can check the measuring H1 and H2. So to measure that H1 and H2, what we are going to do is we are going to close this. So we can achieve a pressure difference over here. So we can achieve a pressure difference over here. So we that is H1 and H2 difference, H1 and H2. So this H1 and H2 is known from the scale, that is this much, this centimeter, and in terms of centimeter we are getting this. After getting this, what we are going to do is we are going to measure the height of the water which is to be filled in this. That is for 10 centimeter, how much time it has taken to fill this water. So before going for this, we have to close this. Then we have to measure the water which is filling in this. For 10 centimeter of water rise, what is the time taken? So that is your time t. And after doing this, we are closing this. Okay, and we are shutting it down. So how to shut it down? So what we are doing is, before shutting it down, we are closing this. After closing this, we are gonna stop the pump, and at the end we are gonna close the valve. So the same procedure is as that of the venturi meter. So this is the calculation part of the orifice meter. So as I have told you, this is the pipe through where we are placing the orifice plate, which is having a kind of small orifice, and this is having a kind of small orifice. Okay, through which the water is flowing like this. So it is contracting like this. Okay, so whenever it is flowing, it is contracting like this. So whatever it is contracting, this contraction is known as vena contracta. It is creating a eddy formation over here. Okay, which is the loss for the fluid to flow through the pipe. Okay, so now there is a differential manometer which is placed before the orifice plate and after the orifice plate. We are measuring the H1 and H2. Okay, so now what is the observation for 45 meter? That is whatever area of measuring tank was there in which we have calculated the length of the water rise, that is area is 0.5 into 0.2 meter square. Then what is the diameter of 45 plate? That is, this diameter of 45 plate is small d equal to 0.0125 meter, and the diameter of the inlet for the 45 meter, this one is 0.025 meter. Okay, now these are the things which we have got. Now after this, what we are going to do is these are the readings which we have taken. So after getting these readings, we have taken H1 and H2 as the manometer readings. We have measured its difference. We have multiplied it with 12.6. This is in terms of meter. These are all in terms of centimeter, and this is the H in terms of meter of water. In terms of meter of water. So this is the part which we are getting. Okay, these two are getting from the experiment. We are calculating these two parts. Okay, and this is the time required to fill the water for 10 centimeter. Okay, so that is 10.5 seconds. This is also we are getting from the experiment. Now what we have to calculate using these three is that first we will calculate the actual discharge. The actual discharge is nothing but the area of the measuring tank into R, that is 10 centimeter, which is the time take the length of the water to be filled, and 100 is to convert to centimeter to meter. We are dividing it by 100 into time. What is the time? 10.5 seconds. So whatever value, what value we get 9.52 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter cube per second. So after getting this is the answer which we have got over here. So after getting this, what we are going to do, we are going to calculate the theoretical discharge for the 45 meter. That is A1 A2 square root of 2GH divided by square root of A1 square minus A2 square. So A1 is pi by 4 d square. That is d square is the area of the inlet of the pipe of 45 meter, that is 0.025 meter. That's area. And A2 is the 45 plate diameters area. Okay, after getting these two values, we are substituting in this, and we are going to calculate the theoretical value of the discharge. That is 1.37 into 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, and after getting this both, that is Q actual and Q theoretical, we are going to determine the coefficient of discharge. The coefficient of discharge is nothing but Q actual by Q theoretical. So when we divide it, that is 9.52 into 10 raised to minus 4 divided by 1.37 into 10 raised to minus 3, we are getting 0.69. This is the value of coefficient of discharge. So this is the experiment which we have done for 45 meter, and this is the coefficient of discharge which we have got.